Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Sheff United Way for this match reaction to Burton 1, Sheffield United 2. Now, before we start this, you're probably wondering why I'm not doing this live as I am in my studio. We've been doing all the match reactions to all the pre-season games in person. This one, I wasn't able to make it in person. I'm going to the Chesterfield one, so you'll get one of those in person at the match. So I thought I'd just carry it on and do a pre-recorded video for this one too. So it was John Brayford's testimonial match, and I love John Brayford. I'm sure everybody else loved John Brayford as well for a period of time at Sheffield United. And unfortunately, it didn't feel like a testimonial match. It just felt like another pre-season game, and it's nice to see the Blades win it, but at the same time, it would have been nice to see John Brayford at some point in the game. I did miss the first 5 minutes, putting the kids to bed. So unless he did a bash and started the game and came off after 5 minutes, because I'm sure that was Brayford's number for Burton. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it was. It would have been nice to have seen more of Brayford. But that wasn't to be. What it was nice to see, though, Jordan Amissa in the goal for Burton. Obviously, former Blade, former academy graduate. Nice to see him back playing in the Football League. So I know he's been up in Scotland and now he's back now in League One with Burton Albion. So nice to see him play, and nice to see him play so well as well. Really, really happy with how he played, and yeah, it's no, it's always just nice. I think you hold academy players in higher esteem than other players, and I know he's not exactly Sheffield born lad, but it's just nice to see. What wasn't nice to see was Michael Cooper not in the squad at all, not on the bench, not in the goal. Now, I don't think we really need to read too much into this. I think that Ruben Sayers is just looking at the squad and trying to work out who he wants where. And Adam Davies played the first half in the last two games, and 𝗍𝗿𝗲𝗍 played the second half in both games. This game, Adam Davies getting a little bit more game time because it was a bit of a change round after 70 minutes. So I'd firstly like to hear your comments. Tell me what you think about this, because in my opinion, I feel like as long as nothing crazy is happening and Michael Cooper's off somewhere else, let's just say Michael Cooper's number one. We all know that. Uh, I can't help but feel like 𝗍𝗿𝗲𝗍 should be going to find a number one spot somewhere else. I'm not saying that I don't want him. He clearly played well in Turkey, so you know maybe a team in Turkey would like him. But I feel like Adam Davies is at this point of his career where Adam Davies is a number two, and he's happy being a number two. He's been a number two or a number three for Sheffield United for a few years now, so I feel like Davies should just probably continue to be a number two, whereas 𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗍 is at an age where he should want to play as a first team regular, don't want to play second fiddle to someone. So I feel like maybe we're just giving him a bit of game time, maybe putting him in the shop window for someone to come in and have a look at him. But he's not even getting more game time than Adam Davies. So I can't imagine he's going to be our number two next season unless anything crazy happens. I just feel like he's going to end up going somewhere else, even if it's just on loan, and sharing those wages with another club. And finally, it was practically the first half was practically the full side for me that will start against Bristol City, other than Enel, maybe 𝗬𝗍𝗲𝗍, and obviously Michael Cooper, as long as he's not going anywhere. I feel like Enel and Bindon will probably play centre back together. I think that Sayers knows that Enel's really good, and that Enel is going to end up playing centre back with one or the other. So I think that's why he's playing Bindon and Robinson together. But saying that, Robinson got injured in this game. Now, we're not too far away from that first game of the season, so you never know. So it could end up being Enel and Bindon anyway. But yeah, I still think we'll try and sign a centre back. I still think we'll try and sign another winger as well. And maybe not a striker, but maybe a more attacking midfielder if we're going to end up playing Gus a little bit deeper. So we kick off this game, and Burton were by far the better side, in my opinion. They were, forcing the issue, trying to score goals, and we were getting nowhere near their goal, which is obviously what you need to do to score goals. Anyway, the goal comes for Burton really early on in the 17th minute, and I don't know what Gus is doing. Gus has got bags and bags of confidence, bags of confidence, bags of ability. I meant, and maybe that confidence is a bit overconfident, and he gets the ball tackled off him. You could say that if the attacker just threw his body at him, tried to get something on the ball, wins the ball. Gus is not fouled here. It goes out to the wing. The ball's crossed back in, and it's tapped home by Beasley, which is Paul Beasley's son, I believe, Jake Beasley. Yeah, he scores against the Blades, and I'm sure his dad will be happy about that. Him scoring against the team that Paul Beasley, had some great years at Sheffield United. And what struck me in that early parts of that first half was when the ball was going to, well, when the defence were passing the ball around, the Burton defence, and the ball going back to 𝗲𝗏, back to the defenders, we weren't particularly pressing them too high, which is what I thought a Ruben Sayers team would be doing. It kind of felt like a Wilder team. It really did. Campbell wasn't doing too much pressing. One, he did some pressing in the game, but the early parts of this game, we very much sat off them, and maybe it's we're pressing them when we smell blood rather than just pressing them for pressing's sake. So maybe that's the reason why that's the reason why we did that. Um, Again, Callum O'Hare is probably doing more pressing than anybody else, running around. You know, trying to sniff out a mistake. But I wasn't really impressed with the Blades in the first half, and I know you've got to be bumped back down to earth at some point, because we've scored 11 goals in 2 games before this game. We've scored 13 in 3. That's still really good, and scoring 2 goals away from home is really good, even if the final goal came in the last seconds of the game. But in the 22nd minute, Andre Brooks hits an absolute perler. It's straight to 𝗲𝗏, but it's hit with some power from distance. But Jordan 𝗲𝗏 makes the save, gets his body behind it, and pushes it out. It ends up going out for a corner. Then a minute later, Burrows plays a beautiful ball into the box. O'Hare gets into a really good position, unmarked, flicks it towards goal, and it just goes wide of the post. O'Hare likes to get into those little pockets of space. And he's not known for his heading ability or his ability to get up higher than anybody else. But when he's all on his own, he's made that really good run. He's going to get a good opportunity, and he just heads this wide, and it could easily just land inside that post. In the 30th minute, Burton get into a fantastic position in behind Burrows. The ball is laid on a plate for Jake Beasley again, and this time he can't find the back of the net. He puts it over the bar, and I think Adam Davis will be very, very happy about this one because he's in such a good position. I'm not sure who's marking him or meant to be marking him at this point. I feel like it should be Bindon on that side. But yeah, it's not very good defending, across the board for the Blades. And then Burton make a lot of substitutions at half time. And I think this is really where we come into our own, really. We had a couple of extra chances that's just kind of flown by my mind with Ryan One on that left hand side, but really nothing too clear cut and nothing that forced 𝗲𝗏 to make too many saves, in all honesty. In the 48th minute, 𝗍𝗍𝗍 goes one-on-one with a nice little bit of play. The ball's played through, I think it's from O'Hare. 𝗍𝗍𝗍's through. He hits an early shot, and 𝗲𝗏 makes a fantastic save. Like, really, really good point-blank save where he just lifts his arm up and it just knocks it wide or over. I can't remember which one, but it's a very, very good save from Jordi 𝗲𝗏. And Peck gives him a bit of a chest bump as he comes back, which I'm assuming they are mates from the academy, but yeah, it's a really, really good shot by Peck and a great save by 𝗍𝗫𝗴. But unfortunately for 𝗍𝗫𝗴, and fortunately for the Blades, in the 49th minute, literally a minute later, the Blades score. It lands to Campbell. I'm not sure whether it's quick feet or he gets a little bit lucky, and he manages to kind of shift the ball wide. Ryan 𝗚𝗿𝗍 on his left foot, you would think, but he goes with his right, outside of his right foot, and he smashes it into the top corner. What a great finish from Ryan 𝗚𝗿𝗍 this is, and just carries on that goal scoring run. So yeah, another great finish from 𝗚𝗿𝗍, and the Blades are back in it, 1-1. In the 51st minute, 𝗚𝗿𝗍 to Burrows, who crosses really deep towards Brooks. It looks like Brooks is going to get on the end of it. I think he misjudges it, and the defender heads it away for a corner. But the fact that Brooks is getting into that box, that's what you want to see your wingers doing, getting really high up. And, if the ball, they can instinctively see that a ball's going to end up in an area, to run into that area. That's a really, really good bit of play from Brooks, even though he's not got his head on the ball. But that's what I want to see, because I think Brooks was, I don't want to say flattered to deceive, because I think he did play well tonight, but it was a bit in and out. Some moves he kind of wasted the ball. Some moves he looked really, really good, and I feel like that's what we're going to be doing with Brooks. It's one of those things with Neil Warnock when he talked about 𝗵𝗲𝗏, where he was saying, if you're bad, I'll play you again, and if you're bad again, I'll play you again. I'm not saying that Brooks is bad, but what I'm saying is, even if Brooks has a ineffective game or an ineffective half, keep playing him, play him into form, play him into consistency. That's what we want to see from Brooks, because he's an extremely talented footballer, and he can't have another season where he's in and out of the side like he was last season. I don't think we're going to bring in a 𝗍𝗍𝗏 type of player on that right hand side to go up against Brooks. I think Brooks will have free reign at that side. But if he's not playing particularly well, you never know. We might see one of the forwards go out wide a little bit, like what we've seen with Tom Cannon in the last couple of games. Then we go into the 54th minute. Jordan 𝗍𝗫𝗴, having had a really, really good game, plays, a pass into the middle of the box to one of the Burton players, and Gus Harmer just runs onto this. And I don't know whether the player got a bit of a foot to it, and it's a bit of a block, but 𝗍𝗫𝗴 makes a really good save after that. Yeah, it's a great strike from Gus, just jumping on that ball and having a go straight away. But yeah, nearly a red face for Jordan 𝗍𝗫𝗴. In the 69th minute, Callum O'Hare puts Campbell through. But it's another great save from 𝗍𝗫𝗴. It's just, I'm talking about 𝗍𝗫𝗴 all the way through this. Yeah, I like 𝗍𝗫𝗴, but he's not a Sheffield United player, so I don't want to be giving him too many props. But he deserves it. It's a really good save from Campbell. Campbell shows that if he gets a chance, more often than not, he puts it away. And it goes through one-on-one on the not exactly on the angle, but on the right hand side. He has a go with his right foot, Campbell, which is obviously not his stronger foot. And it's a good save from 𝗍𝗫𝗴. It then comes out to 𝗚𝗿𝗍, steadies himself, and it's blocked then on the line from either the goalkeeper or from a defender. And then it's a full change side from the Blades. So we had that sort of 25 minutes where the same team carries on against a brand new team of Burton's, pretty much. And then we go for a full team change. So at this point, I'm thinking, we're bringing on players that aren't necessarily going to be starters, I wouldn't have thought, based on the first half team. So we're probably not going to see the Blades go and win this game and make it 3 wins out of 3. But we did. Spoiler alert. But if you've already looked at this title, you'll have seen that the Blades have won. So in the 71st minute, 𝗍𝗏𝗏 gets in behind down that right-hand side, which he did a lot against Rotherham, puts the ball into the box, but can't find a Blades man. In the 74th minute, 𝗍𝗏𝗏 really annoys me here, because it's really loose play from Burton, and 𝗍𝗏𝗏 plays a really lazy back heel. I'm not sure who it was meant to be to. The player in the middle of the box, I can't remember who it was, but it's a really poor back heel. The Burton player gets it, but it ends up getting recycled by the blades. It goes into 𝗣𝗿𝗴 again, and it's an easy pass. It's such an easy layoff, and he misplaced his pass again. And a lot of people have been giving 𝗣𝗿𝗴 a lot of, I was going to say unnecessary stick, but maybe it is necessary stick. And I was thinking, it's preseason. Like, let him get into his stride. I know he gave away the goal against Sunderland with a really, really bad pass. And I think that's what's sticking in a lot of Blades fans' minds. But giving the ball away twice in the space of 30 seconds, it's almost like saying, in all honesty, about 6 times in a minute, which I did in the last match reaction, which everyone jumped on. Thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate that. Anyway, in the 83rd minute, Louis Marsh has a bit of a go from distance. We have quite a lot of shots in this sort of time frame. I think Burton really didn't offer much in that second half, but if they're changing a full side, you wouldn't have thought that a team like Burton in League One would have the firepower to, have a really good first half and then have a really good second half, having a proper go at us. But in the 83rd minute, on the edge of the box, Louis Marsh has a bit of a side foot effort. It looked destined for the bottom corner, but having watched it back, the goalkeeper makes a good save. But it's not too far into the corner, but it's a smart shot and a smart save. And then the Blades win it. In the 89th minute, I don't think there was any injury time added on. But it's a deep cross from McCallum after a few sort of bits of play. Marsh, instead of just hacking at this back into the box, he takes a touch. He tries to push it past his man. It hits his defender, comes back to him. He takes it on. And this is what I love about Marsh. I think the commentary was pretty much saying, "Oh, we got lucky there." You make your own luck in this game. And Louis Marsh, for me, every time I've seen him play, he doesn't do the first thing you expect him to do. He doesn't just cross a ball when just hoping that someone gets on the end of it. He tries to think outside the box. And at this time, he does. He gets the ball. He tries to either push it past his man or get something back off him. And he got it back off him. He pushes it past him. It's not the best of shots at the goalkeeper, but it's a shot that's kind of across him. The keeper pushes it straight at 𝗣𝗿𝗴. It hits 𝗣𝗿𝗴, ends up in the back of the net. And that's the Blades winning 2-1, carrying on this 100% record in pre-season. And it's nice to see. Like, don't get me wrong, we've done a lot in the past where we've been rubbish in pre-season and ended up, getting promoted. So I don't put too much stock into pre-season, but at the same time, I'd always rather see us win a game than lose a game. So I think it's probably best to talk about the standout performers for me. And I think 𝗬𝗐𝗍, again, I think 𝗬𝗐𝗍 every time he plays, I feel like he's one of the standout performers. I think Gus did a lot well tonight, but I also think Gus did a lot of overconfident passes or, just dallying on the ball, which you know, led to the Burton goal. So I want to see more from Gus. I know it's only pre-season. I want to see more from Moore because Moore has been rusty, shall we say. Moore's been rusty. I want to see more from Cannon. I didn't even realise Cannon was on until the ball was played out to him from Moore, and he had that kind of cross shot go, past the post. I think 𝗬𝗍𝗄𝐻𝐻's done well for himself. I think he might be someone that we look at, might be someone that goes on loan as well, but he also might be someone that we look at. And, if we've got one or two injuries, he might end up getting on the bench or might even get on the bench for the first game of the season. Who knows? Cáceres, I actually like him a little bit more than 𝗬𝗍𝗄𝐻𝗻, I think. But I've not seen enough of him. Not seen enough of them at all. Obviously, we've got Louis Barry to come in there too. The goalkeeper. Let's hope that Michael Cooper hasn't been sold on to someone. And I know he was there at the game tonight. He's travelled with the Blade, so you would hope that he's not doing a medical somewhere else. And obviously, I want to see more centre backs come in. If I'm being honest, I think that I like Bindon. I think that Bindon could be that man to partner Anel all season. But at the same time, there are a couple of bits tonight where I thought, maybe he's not quite as good as what I expected. But still early days. It's still only in pre-season. Everybody's rusty. And yeah, it's just about getting minutes in those legs. Nice to see us carry on the 100% record. Nice to see us score another couple of goals. You know, onwards and upwards. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents. I'll see you at Chesterfield on Saturday for another one of these match reactions, not in my studio, but at, I'm going to say Saltergate. It's not, is it? At the Chesterfield Stadium. Thanks for watching. Up the Blades. 𝗚𝗿𝗲𝗷𝗚